We're good.
Good
Cool.
afternoon, and welcome to another episode of rokrbox TV. My name is Josh Cunningham. I'm the founder and CEO of rokrbox. I'm joined today with one of our ramp-up coaches, Zach Stevens. How's it going, Zach?
Going fantastic.
Great. And we've got a very special client success spotlight for you today. We're joined by two of our partners here at rokrbox, James Rhoads and Darius Ramsey out of the Ramsey-Rhoads Real Estate Group in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Pretty
Going
good.
real good.
Can't complain.
Great. Thanks again for joining us. And like I said, we've been partnered with their team for a little over a year now. They joined rokrbox in February of last year. So we're coming up on just over 12 months on the service. And you guys have quite an interesting story about just some grit and determination and some hard work and some perseverance. And wanted to really kind of shout to from the mountaintops, what can come from some grit and some determination and some hard work if you really put forth the effort. So guys, why don't we first start by rewinding the clock 12 months ago when you guys first sought out joining a partnership with rokrbox and getting us to service your online leads. What did your team look like 12 months ago when we first started working together?
We were a team of five. Darius and I are kind of co-rainmakers here on the team, and we do have, at the time, we had 3 buyers agents and somebody helping us on the transaction coordinating when something goes under contract to close, and we do have a virtual assistant helping on tasks as well. So we're a pretty small team here within Berkshire. We kind of consider ourselves family, but things were very slow, a little tough start here at the beginning of last year. I think as a result from a little bit of the election and just a few things lining up where it's just the timing of the year, we didn't have many transactions. And it was actually very scary for a 60 or 90-day time frame there at the beginning of the first quarter last year. And that was right when we had committed to, letting somebody else handle all of our leads from the speed to lead response side of things. So it was very, very scary, but exciting all at the same time.
It was a big transition. I think, we were all getting a little burned out trying to new leads on our own. And the dedication that you need for that, like you said, speed to lead and following up and all the touches. And I think at that point, we were thinking about the ISA and like who was generating leads for us. So we had a pretty big transition at the beginning part of last year, beginning and middle parts of last year.
Yeah. And honestly, on top of also at the time, we were transitioning who we were letting handle our marketing dollars to bring our leads to us. So we had a lot of moving parts changing all at once. So it was kind of like relearning how to handle our leads and just giving away a little bit of that control, which is we turned around and has really benefited us. So
very difficult for you to do.
Yeah. I want to handle every lead, call them 15 times until they say, leave me alone. But I'll let you guys do that now. So.
Yep. So you were basically investing all your time handling every single lead from Scooby-Doo to Mickey Mouse to, hey, I might possibly think about maybe considering buying a home 19 years in the future. And that was where all your time was invested.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
On top of managing business and life and
like our team, our philosophy for our team has always been like we knew that we could do the lead culturing and better than any other team. We knew that other agents may go ahead and get a lead and then they'll make 2 phone calls and they're done. We were always very confident in our ability to kind of continue to follow up and nurture.
I'm shooting for a restraining order. Like I want to yes or no. Like come on, let's do this.
Yes, I love it. So you were investing the one resource that we all have the same amount of is time, right? We've all got the same number of hours in a week, but you were consumed spending your time in an activity that isn't necessarily it's very high income producing because it has to be done. It's the first step of lead generation, right? The work has to be done, but what level of expertise does it actually require? And that's what caused you to reach out, invest a little bit deeper in yourself, and then use that income to invest in a solution like rokrbox. And I think I remember you saying something along the lines of Uber and some Lyft. There was some Ubering and Lyfting going on.
Oh yeah, that first quarter was kind of hard on me. So
yeah, he comes in, he's like, I think I'm gonna have to drive Uber or Lyft right now. And I'm like, what? No, let's do this. Let's do it. So
I always say you got to grind before you shine. You know, there's no shame in the hustle. So you decided at that point you're going to invest in rokrbox. You're going to have someone else handle that first step of the registrations, and then let's talk about how it came out of the gates. What then happened over the next couple of months?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. It was a little bit of a slow start, which we kind of knew was going to happen. There's no magic pill in this business. There is no program that is immediate income producing. And we both kind of have the approach that when we try something new, I feel like you got to commit to it for a year minimum to let it actually work. And quite frankly, you got to do it right the way it needs to be done from the start. And there was a slow start, and D would talk me off the ledge every now and then. He's like, dude, we're only 90 days in, calm down. I'm like, we need a transaction let's do it. Yep. But you started to see a couple trickle in, and now it's becoming a consistent thing for us, and especially being paired with our new people managing our actual leads who are bringing the leads to us, and they're incredible quality leads now. I mean, it's just been a beautiful thing for us, and it's a big strength for us.
It was, in my opinion, I think what made it the most difficult part watching everyone on our team is kind of watching everybody go from, if we're getting 200 leads, 300 leads a month, and they're used to always being on the phone, reaching out to them, to now it's like, all right, well, we don't have to be on the phone as much, because now we got someone else cultivating them, and now we're getting fewer leads, but those people are ready to buy. But I think trying to get people's mindset to change from spending your time trying to get someone on the phone to that person is ready to be on the phone, and then what you're going to do with that free time, whether you're going to invest it back into your sphere of influence, or if you want to go ahead and take up skeet shooting or duck hunting, doing whatever you want to do in that time, but still trying to make sure that you want to stay a real estate agent. So I think watching everybody on the team, that was one of the hardest mental parts, is getting people to the idea of you don't have to spend that time trying to reach somebody, getting frustrated and burnt out, because, that's what, you guys are doing for us. So that was difficult, but I think everybody has a handle on it now.
Agreed.
Well, and I know you guys said that you had a little bit of a slow start with the transactions coming through, getting up to full speed. So talk me through around like Q3, Q4 time was right around the turning point, so to speak. That's really when we kind of turned the corner. So talk me through kind of how things were right before that, and then since that point, now that we're about to finish Q1 of 2018.
Well, we were heading into about midway through the second quarter last year, and we were projecting to make about 15 or 20% less than the previous year. Transactions, income, everything. So there's a natural panic that starts to happen. And I mean, I'm calling my tax guy being like, what do I do? Like, do I adjust where, I'm paying you guys every quarter. Like, what do we do here? And we just kind of sat down and we're like, what do we do? And literally, we just grinded so hard. We got on every single phone call we could. And honestly, just trust in what you do. You know what I mean? This business is a wave of ups and downs sometimes. And for some reason, the start of that third quarter into the fourth quarter, our wave would just tidal wave. It just got huge. And we ended up balancing out, almost doing pretty much the same that we did last year. And the way the year started, we had no business doing that, but it was just, we changed our mindset, our philosophy, and nose to nose, toes to toes, and went and got it. So that's what we did.
One of the things that has been extremely helpful is, our conversations that we have on a monthly basis.
Absolutely.
Like, all right, you guys, we're sending you over 25%, which is great. And being able to come back to you and say, hey, you know what? Hey, we need a little bit more qualification from these people. And I think us and rokrbox has been able to have that communication, and also being able to talk to you guys like, hey, now that we have a different company handling the lead gen, how is that working with you? And you guys being frank and open with us to say, hey, you know what, hey, the quality that you guys here is spectacular, and based on the people that have been coming in, the realtor, the Zillow, the Trulias, I think you guys should spend more money in this particular avenue than that one because it's working out. So being able to have that relationship and being able to talk to you guys definitely helped us make better decisions on where to put our marketing dollars, and also to keep things ramped up. And, I think the last third quarter and fourth quarter last year, combined with the first quarter this year, we're kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I can't see us ever doing anything. Now, only thing that we need to do right now is figure out how to put more money into the marketing, knowing that that's going to go ahead and increase the amount of leads that you guys are handling for us. But at the end of the day, it's worth it to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, once you have that well-oiled system actually in place and operating, it's at that point. It's if you have this machine that you put $1 in and it gives you $2 out, you scramble to find as many dollars as you can to put into it, right?
All day, every day. Let's do it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. You know, sometimes people just need a good reminder. I mean, our name is rokrbox. Rokrbox is an old gold mining tool. You know, we're literally dealing with massive piles of dirt and gravel and sand and dust. But when you find those little bitty flakes of gold, it makes it all worthwhile. And so we're literally taking a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. The people who visited the website and the people who registered and then the people who actually answered our call, and finally giving you the people that actually deserve your expertise. So why don't you talk a little bit more about that? You've freed up a lot of your time not having to deal with all these filtering systems. Now you're actually talking to people that expect your phone call, that deserve your expertise, and are actually in a position they're motivated and ready to move.
It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll tell you, Darius and I work pretty well together because we're honestly complete opposites of how we handle business. He doesn't want to be showing houses. He doesn't want to go on appointments, but sometimes you got to do it. I love the people interaction. I love the relationship building. I consider myself pretty good at, getting constant referrals, and my center of influence is very strong in that aspect. So that's consistent and strong. So that's what it has really allowed us to do, is just free up that and quite frankly, to have a life too. I mean, I think that's important for our culture. We don't want to be, for any of the agents we bring onto our team, we're kind of a small family. It's myself, Darius, and right now it's the two girls for the buyer's agents, but they're family. We know everything about them and their kids and boyfriends and, their situation. And we want them to have a life. We don't want them to feel like they're a slave to this business. And I don't want to be cracking a whip either. Go live a life. But when the lead is there, work it. We know you're capable to do it. So.
Yeah, I think because of everything, I told James this yesterday, I think I've probably showed more houses so far in the first quarter of this year than I did all of last year.
It's true.
And, everybody's like, oh, that's great. I'm sitting here no, it's not. I like to be working on the business, not necessarily in the business. But, at the end of the day, clients need your help. And, with you guys, it's kind of like, hey, a new lead, I'm on one appointment and a new lead came through. I'm reading through the notes. The notes are great. Okay, let me go ahead and take this phone call. So it really has been a tremendous blessing for us. So hopefully we can make it continue working for us, and hopefully get to a point where we can step outside and hire more people to work for us.
I like that, James. You mentioned having the enabling a service like rokrbox to free up your time gives you your life back. But before we jumped on the call, I heard you also talking about not just getting your life back, but also creating opportunity for others. And one of our core values at rokrbox is the only source of job security is a satisfied customer. And we live by that value every day. Our company has grown exponentially over the last couple of years, and it's awesome for us to see all the opportunity we're creating. We're creating jobs for people, right? We're creating jobs for college students. When these kids are graduating, they're staying with us full time. So before we jumped on the call, you talked about having admin people moving from part-time to full-time. You talked about bringing people to your buyer agent team. How does something like rokrbox help you create more opportunity for people and create more jobs for people within your organization?
Oh man, I mean, you touched on it right there, the administrative side of things. I mean, looking back just 5 years ago from where Darius and I were at, it was just him and I at one point, and we were doing probably a little less than half of the business we're doing now, and we just kept building and building and building, and we're doing this all without even a part-time administrative person right now. So we just have it allows us to put a lot of time in building our systems that they're going to kind of run themselves really, and so that's freed up that stuff, and it's just making us more efficient, which makes us, a per person productive team. So that's been very valuable to us. But now we know that next level for us to jump, from doing 100 transactions a year to 150 might just be the difference of hiring a good admin to really keep D&I in line, so we can do more of the, building our business and making sure our team members are also eating as well. We want them to be successful. Our ideal world is get to a point where we hire people that are better at our job than us, and they can just make the money, and we will manage and let them close and make a lot of money. So that'd be fantastic.
At the end of the day, I look at it like I'm a lead generator. And it's kind of, I can't lead generate if, I'm out on appointments. So, for me, bringing on another buyer's agent and having that value proposition, it's like, hey, when you work with us, yeah, any company that you go to, they can promise you a bunch of leads. But what we're promising you is leads that want to talk to you. We can have a bunch of leads. If we want to go ahead and pass them off, you can spend all day, every day trying to reach people. Or you can go about your business. And when that lead comes in, you know that lead is ready to talk to you. So to me, that's a tremendous value proposition that not a lot of other teams and brokerages can actually offer someone.
Great.
And I think that kind of sets us apart from everybody else, knowing that, hey, the people that want to come over to you, they spoke to someone on our team. We have an idea what they're looking for. The price range, just put them on the phone. And at that point, that's when you want to start building a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the introduction that you guys are able to give us is a cleaner handoff than us trying to dig for it when we're on the phone with them. It's kind of like blind dating when you're on the phone. You know what I mean? You're trying to ask them uncomfortable questions that they don't want to quite give to a stranger, but it's literally like you're across the table on that blind date and she hands you the answers to all your questions. It's fantastic. So you already know where the conversation goes and you can control it, which is fantastic. It's very successful and it helps us tremendously.
That's awesome. That's a great analogy. I love it.
Yeah, I'm on the fly, son.
That's cool. Now, one of the other things I wanted to give you guys credit for is, you said you're building a team and you're working on systems, but you guys are really building a strong foundation because right now you currently have the #2 per person productivity within your market. So when you bring more agents into a productive work environment like that, it's contagious. People are going to see that they want to join your team. Not only did you say you're laying out a foundation of, ad spend and CRM spend and rokrbox spend to give them an opportunity to talk with people that they actually work with, but they're also going to work on a team with high performers with like you said, the #2 per person productivity in your market. That's awesome, guys.
Thank you. We're proud of that for sure.
We try.
Yeah. And also, like you're talking about building the teams, building the systems, the structures, the accountability. You guys are accountability aces at this point. I mean, you're fantastic keeping everybody in line with those leads. Just like whenever that card gets handed across the table to the blind date, you make sure that they're answering all the right questions, following up and saying, doing the right activities with these opportunities that get sent over. And one of the things that we do to help you guys with that is the ramp up calls that we get on monthly. And I mean, how has that helped you guys build out that kind of accountability part of the business that we all know is so important, especially when we're managing these agents that can be difficult sometimes to do. But how has that helped you guys out?
I mean, I know for myself, because I'm definitely more of the analytical person. But on the back end of the Boomtown site and what you guys are kind of looking and watching as well, there's so many moving pieces that sometimes we just miss a few things. You know what I mean? So it's great that you're able to be there to hold ourselves accountable and probably point something out that we might not even be aware is happening. But then, we can go into our biweekly meetings with our team and say, hey, here's something that's going on, guys. It's a trend. Start to be a little more aware of it. It's usually a very minor adjustment that needs to be made, but it has a big end result, very, very compound effect like that. You can get great results from just a minimal change. And I think that's what we're starting to see as we continue to move forward. We're starting to see these little changes start to build up to great results for us and consistent, which is hard in this business.
Yeah, it's still fine tuning.
Correct.
We're at a point where what we're doing is the fine tuning to make sure that we're running as efficiently as possible. And that's why we enjoy, the calls that, every month that we actually have. At first, when we first started out, it was everybody, all the team members, everybody was there. But as we go on, it's just us. So we can go ahead and relay that information over to everybody else.
Yep.
Knowing that, hey, people are, looking at the nurtures and you got the follow-up schedule. It's those things, just making sure that all your leads got a follow-up date that's already scheduled or in the drip campaign allows for us to go ahead and make sure that we can monitor those things as well. So we've been very appreciative of these calls on a monthly basis.
Yeah, I mean, that's our job as a leader, is to continue to lead our people in a successful direction. And, that's important to us. We want our people to be successful and, quite frankly, stay around and work with us. So we enjoy them and we want them to enjoy working with us. It's part of our culture. So.
Well, that's good. We're really glad that you guys see value in the ramp up program. It's something we designed years ago to try to bring the expertise that we've found, and you hit the nail on the head. You said it's a few small things that make big results, right? Because we know what those things are, having worked almost 1 million leads over the last 3 years. And a lot of our clients that have been with us for 3, 4 years, 4 or 5 years, have sold hundreds of homes in all different markets. So it's not like we invented anything new. We're just finding what successful people are doing and sharing if you want what successful people have, do what successful people do. And that's the whole point of the Ramp Up program, is we're taking all the different ideas that you can hear in all the blogs and all the Facebook forums and all the neat, crafty, little bright and shiny ideas. We've tried them all. And we're just going to tell you, hey, focus on this one thing. That's going to give you the biggest results. So glad you guys are seeing that out of the Ramp Up program. So
absolutely.
Good, guys. Well, hey, again, super excited about your guys' success story. Obviously, we're in business to help people solve problems, and we love to hear that we're definitely making an impact on your lives and your team's lives as well. So, also, thanks again for taking 30 minutes out of your busy Friday schedule to join us on rokrbox TV. Zach, you got any last parting words?
I don't, guys. Keep up the good work. You guys are absolutely killing it, and you're seeing, just keep doing the activities, and it's not a short-term thing. It's a long-term play. Everything with this business, it's long-term. Doing the right things today, tomorrow, leads to success weeks and months down the road.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say that's what been, for some of our agents, that was the key thing. Like seeing that person that was in the platform for a year and a half, and finally being able to go ahead and get them closed, because they reached out and they've been doing our follow-ups. And that person, for a year and a half is kind of like, no, I'm not looking. And then 1 week is like, hey, I want to see this house, So I think once people, and all my agents have experienced that, where that person that was in there for a long time and they've been following up, getting frustrated because that person's not responding. But then they start to see them turn. So
one day they turn.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
and it's been 4 years since you made contact. But I'd say there's nothing more rewarding than that. 4 years later, from the first time you said hi to them, you got them under contract, and it's the most exciting thing. And I see 2, 3 referrals. I see me selling that house again in 3 or 4 years. That's the beauty of this business, and we try to teach that to everybody, and keep at it.
One of the most important statistics, and I share this from stage all the time whenever I get the chance, but the National Association of Realtors did a study of all home buyers a couple of years ago, and they asked them what was the primary reason for the timing of their purchase. And they were actually given multiple choice answers, like affordability of homes or availability of homes or mortgage rate interests. So those are all like logical answers. The number one bubbled in answer, 46%, was it was just the right time. That's it. Like that's what people's logical reasoning is for purchasing their home. 46% of people, it's just the right time. So you share that with your agents and let people know. Be persistent with the leads, keep following up with them, and sometimes you just got to wait for the right time, And
absolutely,
you never know what that right time might happen. A pregnancy, a divorce, a life change, a job change, a move. Some stuff just happens, Life happens to everybody. So,
and the purpose of the follow-ups is to make sure that when that right time comes along, that
you reached their attention.
You reached out to them 2 months ago, and they remember who's been annoying them with all the emails of homes. So they start to put you as being their real estate agent for when that time comes. So that's one thing that we try to push. Like right now, the goal is to make sure that they understand that you're a real estate agent, and they start to see you as being their real estate agent. So even if they don't ever speak to you, they'll associate your name, with real estate, and that's pretty much what we're doing.
I want to be the first person in their mind when they think about a move. Period. That's it.
And then you've won.
Yeah. Amen. So
that's awesome.
That's a win for me.
Well, guys, we're excited to see where you are 12 months from now, and we'll love to hear that story as well. But again, thanks again for sharing some time out of your day and sharing your success story. We really appreciate your continued partnership.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks again, guys. Y'all have a great Friday and have a good weekend. Take care.
Have a good weekend, guys.
You too, bud.